Yeah, it's the first satellite in space.
Foreign satellite, Hogarth.
In an age of fear,
Without warning. Atomic Holocaust!
it came from outer space.
2 nights ago, a SATCOM radar detected an unidentified object entering Earth's atmosphere.
Wait! The lighthouse! I see it!
Invaders from Mars.
Some assumed it was a large meteor or a downed satellite.
This is no meteor, gentlemen.
Mr. President, we have a situation, sir.
All right, where is it?
Hey, there it is. I see it.
Run, kid, run!
Warner Brothers is proud to present
Look out for the cow.
a wild new adventure
All systems go. Blast off.
with a young boy
My own giant robot. I am now the luckiest kid in America.
and a robot from outer space.
Hey, big metal guy. I got food here for you.
Starring the voices of Jennifer Aniston as Annie Hughes,
Hogarth?
Mom, little privacy.
Sorry.
Harry Connick Jr. as Beatnik Dean McCopen,
We don't stick up for the kooks, who will?
Eli Marenthal as young Hogarth Hughes, and Vin Diesel as the Iron Giant. The acclaimed animation director from The Simpsons, Family Dog, and King of the Hill, Brad Bird.
You kind of like instantly lunge into this.
Join us as we spend the next half hour with our host, the giant himself, Vin Diesel. As we go behind the scenes with the cast and crew of this summer's coolest, most original, and entertaining animated science fiction adventure. Welcome to the making of The Iron Giant.
Welcome to the making of the Iron Giant. I'm Vin Diesel, and I hope that you'll spend the next half hour with me so I can take you inside one of the coolest projects I've ever been involved with. The Iron Giant. What happens when Brad Bird, who helped with The Simpsons, Family Dog, and The Critic, wants to make a movie based on a completely original classic tale from a 30-year-old book? I'll tell you what happens. You get magic.
I had seen a drawing at Warner Brothers open house. There was something about the image of a very small boy and a big metal man that kind of stuck with me. And then when I read the Ted Hughes book, I liked it very much.
Our troubles are over.
The thing that I pitched to Warner Brothers was, what if a gun had a soul? And they kind of looked at each other and went, oh, you know, like that could be a good basis for a movie.
It's really moving, and they just have this wonderful relationship, and the mom and the kid have a really wonderful relationship.
Hello, this is Hogarth Hughes speaking. Who's calling, please?
Hogarth, honey, I'm really sorry, but thank you. I need to work late tonight. Just the two of them, and you know, a lot of kids grew up that way. I grew up that way, and then this wonderful sort of story takes place. Over here, honey.
Hey, Mom, you won't believe our good luck. Guess what I found?
Hogarth, we've been through this before. No pets.
A lot of credit goes to Jennifer Aniston for doing a terrific voice, and certainly no one thinks of her when they think of the all-American mom. It was a time in America where this sort of innocence, pre-World War II innocence, was hand in hand with post-World War II paranoia.
You mean national security? Let's put it this way. People want to know that their government has a response. I am that response.
It was a good environment to drop a giant robot in the middle of.
This story is set in 1957 Rockwell, Maine. A local fisherman comes into a diner with a tall tale that defies reality to everyone except Hogarth Hughes, who's about to set out on an adventure and meets a very, very big friend. When I say this cat is big, I mean this is one big brother. Do you dig?
This whole world is a fantasy, which is really great. And so when this giant comes along, it's sort of fulfilling his fantasy.
There's a moment where he can slip out and get free of this 50-foot tall, very scary thing. And he's home free. He's halfway through the woods, and he stops. And he's hearing the robot in pain, and he doesn't hear it as a mechanical sound. He hears it as a being. And he stops, and he looks back, and that's really the beginning of the core of the movie right there.
He just sort of comes crashing down in their forest one day, and he saves his life. And that's sort of where the friendship begins. So, I guess you're not gonna hurt me, huh?
I play a character that I would, anyone that knows me would know that I'd be attracted to. I play the misunderstood character, whose strength is the bane of his existence.
It's okay, he isn't gonna hurt me. Squash him! No! We like Dean.
You just so completely fall in love with this creature, and you just are riveted and moved by the relationship.
Get it? That's right!
One of the most important steps in bringing the Iron Giant to the screen was the actual recording of our voices in character. And that's not always as easy as it looks.
Good, except we've lost the question. Yeah. I know it ain't easy.
Hey, baby, we are cool. Welcome to downtown Coolsville. Population? Us.
Well, can you move Coolsville to someplace less conspicuous?
Harry Connick, I mean, we needed a guy that sounds cool and who sounds cooler than Harry Connick.
There are two kinds of metal in this yard, scrap and art. What you currently have in your mouth is art!
Dean is a real laid-back guy. He's sort of the token 50s hep cat, you know. He's an artist. Everything is cool with him.
You're not gonna call my mom, are you? She doesn't know I'm out.
Don't worry, kid. Look, it's not my style to report a guy to the authorities. Hey there, Scout. Kent Mansley. I work for the government.
With that ego involved, he goes on this journey to find this thing. He reports this little town when there's, you know, it's like this podunk town.
Biggest thing in this town is probably the homecoming queen. Oh, my God!
He's trying to find something that'll make a name for himself, and the Iron Giant becomes that.
All I know is we didn't build it, and that's reason enough to assume the worst and blow it to kingdom come.
And he basically has to get out of this kid to find out where this giant is because he keeps on hiding him from him.
Forgive me, Hogarth. I wanted you to learn something.
What can I learn from you?
You can learn this, Hogarth, that I can do anything I want, whenever I want, if I feel it's in the people's best interest. The giant metal man. Where is it?
So I just want to blow him up and save the world and become Kent Mansley, U.S. Congressman.
Tell me again, Mansley, and this time, listen to yourself.
A giant metal monster. Please, sir. I've got a feeling about this one.
When you first see him, he's so sneery. Basically, he's a man who, when this Iron Giant is reported to him, is totally disbelieving. Who wouldn't be? I mean, if somebody describes something like that to you.
You realize how much hardware I brought out here?
You'll be chief inspector of subway toilets by the time I'm finished with you. Now, pack up. I'll expect you back in Washington to clear out your office.
He's unaware that he's desiring like a wartime weapon.
Tomo!
No, Atomo.
Take this! Everybody's sort of been conditioned to fear everything that's not American. So when this thing comes from somewhere, it has to be bad.
Sir, we must stop it at all costs.
Go to Code Red! Repeat! Code Red! He comes to realize that it's true and goes to war against it. Corporal, take your unit south, here. And on flanking positions at this block and set up crossfire zones here, here, and here.
Look out for the boss!
When we return, we'll find out how our director, Brad Bird, assembled this brilliant team of animators and computer effects geniuses to bring the cast of Iron Giant to life here on the WB. Welcome back to the making of the Iron Giant. You've seen how the actors breathe life into these characters. Now let's look closer at this cool 50s style world that they've created.
I was thinking the same thing, mind reader.
Darn, I seem to have left my keys in the lab.
This is a part that's completely foreign to me. Let me introduce to you the masters behind every frame.
It's very rare that a team comes together like this. It's just the right timing, the right director, the right story, and it's nice to be part of it.
There was a lot more, acting and interpersonal stuff between the characters rather than broad action pieces.
The film's producer, Alison Abate, had no illusions about the challenges the Iron Giant would bring.
Wow. This was kind of cool because it was a 2D movie with a CG character, where the CG character was one of the main characters. And so it was really about acting. It was using technology, but it was using technology to make a character that you had to love.
That's not bad.
Allison was able to urge us on, but do so in a way that was always supportive. And I think the fact that we pulled this film off with a very short schedule, with a smaller budget, without it feeling, it feels like a big movie, is an amazing achievement, and I tip my hat to her.
First, you start with the scripts. And then, of course, storyboard artists take it and flesh out sequences and kind of add to it and kind of really make it alive.
One of the more comedic scenes where Dean, who's the kind of beatnik guy, had just realized that he has a squirrel in his pants. Some of these drawings here, these are from things that I did when I was acting it out, and I was kind of pulling on my face.
Found your pet.
Where?
It's up my leg, man. Squirrel's in my pants, Hogarth. I'm trying not to wig out here.
Don't wig out.
Well, pretty much, from here, the cleanup artist will get it.
I'm sorry, kid. I'd like to apologize to everyone in advance for this.
And they design scenes based on the scenes that you've created in storyboarding, basically like set design. So you have the backdrop upon which the characters will be drawn and they'll act in front of.
When I finish the painting, then it is composited into the computer, and from there it is digitally enhanced.
Trying to bring CG into animation is tricky. It's hard to do. It's hard to do well. I think we've done a good job of it. Ideally, you don't want the audience to see a big difference between a computer-generated character and your traditional characters.
The giant is moving in 3D, but is not painted in 3D, so he doesn't look a lot differently than the 2D characters of Hogarth and his mom and Dean. He really blends beautifully.
Hey, Mom.
And one of the things that was different on this show than most computer-generated work is a subtlety, is we had the same artists who were designing the color for Hogarth and Kent and Annie and Dean, designing the color for the giant to bring the giant into their world.
It's an amazing process just because, you're working at 24 frames a second, so the average of somebody doing work in a week is 3 seconds.
We got to tell somebody about it.
You worry too much.
There's a section with Hogarth where he's playing in the lake with the giant. And, you know, I'd storyboarded that sequence, and then I got it in animation. So it really became personal for me to make it look great because I'd come up with it. You know, this is like my own little bit of film inside this film.
Come on in! The water's great!
When you think of animation, usually the first thing you think of is a bunch of people drawing and sketching, the whole visual side. But that's just part of the story.
Half the movie experience is sound. Sound has a great deal of impact on how you perceive a film. The music, which was done by Michael Kamen, and I think that Michael created a very unique score, a little darker than what we normally associate with animation, but dark in a way that, to me, the best fairy tales are dark. It's like a Brothers Grimm kind of old world Eastern sound, and yet there's some very contemporary aspects of it, too.
We are now going to Michael's studio, which is an old theater. Apparently, Laurence Olivier first appeared on stage in this theater. Pretty cool.
It reminds me of sort of very classic storytelling where somebody's going into the dark forest, and it's a very sophisticated approach to the score.
What I'm suggesting to it is just split a thing underneath.
I thought Michael did an amazing score. The orchestra was the Czech Philharmonic, which is an amazing collection of musicians.
It was a really great process because he lives in Europe, and we had to go, and we really felt strongly about working with him and getting Brad and him together in a room so that their vision could be combined.
It's like some little gesture of something stop.
Don't stray too far from the TV, because when we come back, we're going deep into the Warner Brothers Classic Animation Vault to discover the roots of my character, the Iron Giant. Rock Grym. Welcome back to the making of the Iron Giant. The film's director, Brad Bird, has a childlike enthusiasm, unrelenting energy, which I can attest to.
Yeah, this is Vin. It was what we hired him for.
And an uncompromising quest for quality.
And nobody shoots till I give the word.
All which make for a great filmmaker. And all great filmmakers have their influences.
Something that has always separated Warner Brothers Animation from Disney is a sort of fast, a little more street level, something a little more vital and a little more adult, a little harder edged. And I hope that, you know, that feeling is in this movie.
An unidentified flying object?
Unidentified? Well, knowing you, Earl, I'd say it was either whiskey or beer.
As an adult who saw the movie, I found it to be very, very fulfilling, and I would take my kids to see it, just because I thought it was a great kids' movie, too.
We've got to help it! Hogarth, no!
I had such a wonderful time. I was completely riveted. I was emotional.
He's got a heart, he's got a soul, he's a great guy. And they both bring it out in each other. So I think the message is you got to get past the outside. You can fly? You can fly!
Now you can understand why I'm so excited about this film. You've seen all the elements that contribute to this masterpiece. I've always wanted to be a part of the animation world. And the only way that I could do it was by lending my voice as an actor. And that's why it was like a dream come true for me to be the Iron Giant. And after seeing the film, I realized how lucky I was to be a part of it. You'll be able to see the film on August 6th. Until then, we'll see you at the movies.